Hello, hello, hello. It's me, Elle, here to do our reading for today. A little late on posting this, but it's still technically Alpha, which is our day today, Saturday. So let's see. So I'm going to go over the reading today like I have been in the last video. So kind of just going through the day as we're learning about this wonderful 13 moon galactic calendar. So go through the reading for today, and then as I'm starting to learn about this calendar and this new, it's not even just a calendar, but entering into another dimension of time, that will unpack more things as we go along, because it's interesting to me and I think it's worth sharing with anyone that's interested in learning more about it. So I'm just today reading more about the 13 tones of creation, and then a little bit about the 20 tribes. So there's those 20 solar seals and the 13 tones that rotate, every 13 days for the tones throughout the week. So wanting to understand a little bit more about it. Okay, so I'm going to flip the camera around. Oh, and that's another thing I wanted to touch upon too, or just some reflections I've been having about this calendar in relation to the Gregorian calendar that we also have going on. And I think in a previous video I said I'm probably going to stop saying what date it is. I don't think that we live, even though we're from the oneness, we live in duality, even though there's also, one could say, yes, that's just this illusion, but we're in two worlds, and we are right now. That's just our reality. That's what we've all contracted to agree on. So one of those realities is the Gregorian calendar, and to figure out, most of the world operates on that I feel it as like the masculine expression. That's the Gregorian calendar. That's for like our outward expression in the world, how we interact with one another. And the 13 moon calendar, we can start to embody that as the more feminine calendar for the body. It's Earth's calendar. It's the celestial bodies calendar, their way of timekeeping, or our way of timekeeping in our bodies. So both are necessary. And that became it became evident to me that we can't just, switch over to just this galactic time. We have to have both. So with that being said, today is August 20th, 2022, Saturday. And I'm going to flip my camera around now so we can look at the reading too. Okay. So here we are. There's multiple days or multiple ways to write the date. So I'm just going to go through what I've learned. I haven't really learned anything new quite yet. So this is it for now. Yellow day. We're still in the yellow heptad, the yellow week. And I'll pull up the calendar on my computer as we're going through this. So yellow day 26. We're still in the first moon, although we've got just a few more days of this moon cycle. The other way to write the date today. So again, it's going in consecutive order. Here's yesterday, kin 93. Okay, and we're just like going through the tones and the seals through the body. So today we are kin 94, and our tone and the solar seal, which is the kin number today, the expression of that in these words are white electric wizard. Okay. Again, just being totally compassionate and loving with ourselves what does that mean? It's like today I was looking at some tarot cards, and rather than trying to look up what the Six of Wands is interpreted by others with the tarot, I just stared at the card and tried to feel into what it meant to me, like how I associated to it. So I think both are, all the ways to interpret it are totally valid. It's just what lands within each one of us. So breaking it down a little bit more now. So yesterday, tone 2. Today we're at tone 3. And the expression of that is electric. It's an electric tone. Yesterday was lunar. The previous day before that was magnetic. So here we are with the 3 dots to signify we're on the 3rd tone, and it's electric. And the solar seal. So the kin 94 is the tone and the seal together. So now I'm separating it to understand it a little bit deeper. So electric tone, and the solar seal is the white wizard. I forgot to say that the electric tone is in the left hip socket. Oh, I'm sorry. The right hip socket. That's totally my mistake because we're on the right side of the body right now. Okay. So right hip for the tone, and then left pinky finger for the solar seal. And here is today's affirmation or mantra. I activate in order to enchant. Bonding receptivity, I seal the output of timelessness with the electric tone of service. I am guided by the power of timelessness. So these affirmations every day are to be said aloud. So we are remembering and putting into action that God, and we're learning this through this calendar, that God is expressing God's self. We are God, but God also expresses itself in numbers through our reality around us. And it's quite beautiful. And we're seeing this through the calendar, how everything flows in this mathematical, non-accidental, it's all purposeful and in alignment way. So when we speak and use our own voices, which are so unique to each one of us, like a fingerprint, when we speak words, there is a tone and a vibration that literally exits out of our mouth and goes out into the field. So calling in these affirmations is, in a sense, almost like casting a spell, but not in any kind of sadistic or way that's misguided. It's like a for goodness, right? Because this is all in the order of the highest good, because this is a calendar, a timekeeping system that is galactic and connects us to the cosmos, something greater than ourselves in this body. Because we're remembering how rooted in the all that we are as these individual human selves that we, I think, at least I have for a while, not in a bad way, but overly identified with and forgotten that I'm spirit. But we're here now. So let's dive into now what this means a little bit more. Last time it was helpful, I think, to, we can sit in here and on your own just go, what is it? What is electric? What does that electric tone mean? The lunar kind of made sense to me yesterday when I was reading about it being these tensions of the opposite or the polarizing. So we'll go here to look at the electric. So tone 3 is electric. And there's always, I guess with the tones, there are always 3 code words for the tone for the day that signify some kind of action or power. They're like keys. So every day, these 3 words are also to be spoken as well, or contemplated, just brought into your awareness. So activate, bond, and service. And we can kind of see too how these 3 words, they come into our affirmation as well. So I'm not going to read all of it right now, but just, you can kind of see it on the screen here. Activate your electric powers by uniting and energizing your body, mind, spirit circuit. Wow, that's beautiful. The Trinities. Let's see. Tone 3 represents variability and cohesion, reflected in the many sacred triads and trinities appearing across cultures. Wow, that's really beautiful. Interesting too, because I had the 6 of Wands card today that I pulled, and the first intuitive thought I had about it was 6 was 2 3s. So I just, I guess, the triad and the 2 3s, whatever. I'm finding relativity to it, relative meaning. Okay, by being the electricity of your own being, to flow into all that you do, by finding and flowing your heart's path of passionate aliveness, by setting creative sparks in motion, by allowing variation to stimulate, expand flow of energy, by overcoming dualities and embracing multiplicities. Okay, so I'm finding this interesting right now, and I'm just going to share, I'm going to just reflect on this really quickly with the synchronicities part. Is for the last few days, have done these readings in the morning before I've had my day. and allowed this reading to kind of set the tone for the day. And today I didn't do that. Today I was busy during the day and had to get ready for an event, and am just now doing this reading and tapping into the energy for the day and the synchronicity. I'm jumping a little ahead of like my reading of what I've done here, but it's so synchronistic because of all of conversations and connections that I engaged in today were electric. For me, they were, and I believe for the other person, but there was this activation of like right now in my own process, which is why I'm also, I guess, studying this calendar, as I'm finding it helpful for me. It's helping me to go in and feel connected to something greater and trust in my heart, the light in my heart, to my soul to help guide me. And being of service has really been in the field of like, how do I bring these gifts out into the world, to be of service for others, to hold space for others, to help them unfold. But the tone of the connections today were definitely, after reading this, electric. So I just find that really beautiful and synchronistic, and is not part of the synchronistic journal entry that I wrote down today, but it totally works. So, okay, I'm going to go back to explaining the solar seal now, and then I'm just going to go through again just kind of a recap of the 5 kind of keys or like advice that's given when you're embarking on this 13 galactic, like shifting your time into the 4th dimension now. And really, like, I guess it's not like you're leaving the old one behind. We're just like widening our awareness into this other realm of time and how it's more natural to the human body that we're in, because we're right now in a marriage of spirit in an earthly body. So this is the calendar, the timekeeping for our natural earth body. Okay, so I'm going to flip this back around. Okay. All right, so electric tone. But now what we want to do is we want to read about this amazing white wizard. Yes, I'd like to go back. Okay, here we go. So yeah, again, this website, you guys, 13moon.com, lawoftime.org are 2 really great sites. Okay, let's see. Dogs are going to come in. Hold on a second. Okay, let's see. So, white wizard. That's what we are today, right? Okay. So the tribe. Oh, and I'm also going to go into that too a little bit. The interesting thing that I was reading about the tones and the tribes. So, the white wizard tribe is these, and they'll also have 3 words to invoke like the energy or power to be contemplated and spoken, just like the tones did. So the white wizard tribe is enchant, timelessness, and receptivity. Okay, the gift of your cosmic identity is to be an agent of multi-dimensional wizardry, a receptive channel, a unifier of heart, mind, and body, a jaguar night seer. As a white wizard, you have the capacity to reveal authentically the authentically mystical and the mystically authentic, to be a lucid spellcaster, aware of the power of thoughts and beliefs and conjuring realities, to enchant the world with the magic of your inner light, to wield love and knowledge through the powers of intention, meditation, and invocation, to access ancient future mysteries that are encoded within us, to cultivate the art of synchronic timing by sensitizing to the pulse of each unfolding moment, to dissolve constructs of past and future into timeless, now-centered radial existence. Life is non-linear, and the present moment is always a living oracle. Wow. Okay, so a couple things here. Yeah, that's quite beautiful. I don't know. Because that too, so a couple things just came up. The spell casting. So today's alpha, and it's the throat chakra. So we're in the throat chakra. And I felt it was interesting too that Alpha, where our voice is using our voice as this ability to cast spell, to command, to create reality. And we're entering now, we're already in the time where time speeding up, timelines are happening faster, people are manifesting left and right. And especially when we are in alignment with our thoughts and our feelings, when there is a cohesion, there's a coherence between the two, things happen, they're happening much faster. And then when they're spoken, again, honoring that we're creating sacred sound with our voice, and each one of us has a unique imprint. We have a unique, like the tonality of our voice. Our body is an instrument. So as this life force energy expressing in this way comes through us, it's powerful medicine. So I love that Alpha being the throat, because there's a commanding energy that comes forth from that center within us. And also to just the not doing this reading or reading anything about what today's energy was today until now, and looking at the White Wizard tribe and just the experience of today and specific phrasings that are in this as far as the mystically authentic, talking about inner magic and light, the light within us. Let's see. Yeah, I believe specifically even to today, the fact that like that we're multi-dimensional beings, that was a specific phrasing that was in my conversations today as well. So yay for synchronicity. Okay, so that is that. The other things that I kind of wanted to dive into, where did that go? The other things that I wanted to, pardon me, on pause it. Gosh, I was almost like dying there. I have no idea what I was even coughing on. Excuse me. Okay, so the other two things I wanted to dive into a little bit deeper today, just as we're unpacking this lovely timekeeping system, is what these tones are and what the 20 tribes are. So there's the 13 tones and the 20 solar seals. 13 times 20 is 260, which is why in the calendar there are 260 variables. I'm going back to this calendar really quickly to show you the all the kin numbers. So there's 260 kin total, which means 13 times 20, 260 variables of the solar seals, which I just passed, and the 13 tones. And now I'm going all the way down to this beautiful calendar so you can see the harmonic table, the 1320 matrix of the Tzolkin calendar. Okay? So you see like the way that's just this beautiful pattern on here. This green design here, I don't really know what to call it. It's just beautiful. It's symmetrical design. That's what yesterday had, this energy in it, this green. And I'm learning that that means that there's a galactic activation portal, that the energies of these days, there's something more open, I guess, or there are portals that are open. So just, I'll leave it at that. Not too many words are needed. So now we're taking this 260 and we're separating it back out so we can understand it a little bit more. So the 13 tones are relative to the 13 tones of creation. So the 13 tones convey nature's creative process as an unfolding 13-day spiral of time. Each tone presents qualitative and numeric meaning in itself, and in relationship to the other tones, there are 3 code words for each tone that convey their power, action, and essence. So the 3 code words are power, action, and essence. Every day you can tune into the day's tone and see how the codes inspire and inform the significance of your day. The tone numbers are 1 through 13. They're depicted in a galactic notation, so you can see by the dots and lines. Okay. What does it say? The power of 13. 13 is the key to galactic time and is the code of cosmic consciousness. It is the feminine force of nature, expressed as the spiral of ongoing circulation, endurance, transcendence, and universal interconnectedness. By re-embracing the presence of 13, we are welcoming a balance of masculine and feminine energy within ourselves and within our collective consciousness. Wow, you hear that, guys? 13's not so haunting. Okay, so now the 20 tribes of time. The 20 tribes are a circuit of universal energies which represent archetypal aspects of our being. Depicted in glyph form, they function as memory triggers, imprinting our conscious and subconscious mind whenever we interact with them. Each day on the calendar, we open to a world of meaning and insight as we connect with the day's tribe. The energies are activated intuitively, as well as by understanding the 3 code words of each tribe. As patterns cycle, the tribes convey the developmental process of life. Wow, okay, so there's a beautiful order to the way the seals flow and the 13 tones of creation. And I'm a total bookworm nerd, like have a whole future library somewhere in some place. I have so many books. So I haven't purchased any books yet on the Tzolkin calendar, and I'm still not sure if I'm saying that correctly. But these images of the 20 tribes, the actual drawings of them, I'm curious if that's actually like pulled from, I'm imagining, from the actual Mayan original carvings of the calendar. Because they do feel very cosmic, and I've been drawing them every day, and it was just intuitive for me. I wasn't guided by any instructions to do that. They're saying just to kind of work with it. So I think keeping it general of however you want to work with it, it's helpful for me in my process to draw them out. So I think that was it. Oh, the other interesting, the other tidbit that I wanted to offer was today for the tone and the seal. So the tone was living in the right hip, and the seal is in the left pinky. So the white wizard in the left pinky. And I've studied a little bit on acupuncture and Chinese medicine, and so the pinky I really connect with. I am familiar with it. This is the beginning of the heart meridian point on the pinky. And so connecting with that energy, that was just my, I made a relative association to that place because of my relationship with Chinese medicine. And then into the hip area was just like, okay, that's especially as a woman, like as a place that I carry literally like a child on my hip, or sometimes the weight of the world like carried on our shoulders or on our hips. So there's like an area of tension that's carried there. So just offering little tidbits of how you can also intuitively interact with the energies of the day, the parts of your body. I think all in all, diving in and developing a relationship with your own vessel that you're in is really crucial, especially now more than ever, because we're being really guided to tap back into the earth's natural medicine, but we are from the earth, so it's really like it's like in and down to go up and out. So it requires each one of us to go in and trust our own medicine and our own magic that's in there. And at the same time, it's all God. Like, all of it's God. Even the stuff that's man-made and artificial and not from this earth. Not to say that there's no judgment on it, of it being good or bad, but that the oversoul that we are from, our higher selves, like we've created all of it to learn from. So all of the things that are bad or unnatural or all these, terrible things, there's a relationship with us in the other thing, and it's our relationship with it that creates the environment for it to be bad, so to speak. And a lot of it has to do, it's many, many things, but just keep coming back to it's our state of being. So anyways, that's today's galactic reading. And what's also kind of cool about this 13 moon calendar is you can look ahead and you'll start to see the pattern. I'm imagining studying this every day. I'll see how far I get with this. I'd love to be able to do all 260 days on YouTube. Actually, that would kind of be, or just on YouTube on video, wherever this goes. That would be kind of fun. So maybe I'll end up doing that, but we'll see, because I believe that we can start to get into this rhythm, and it will be more of a flow, and life will just move with ease. So anyways, it's been really cool to experience. Today's the first day of not reading it in the morning, and then experiencing the energies of the day naturally and feeling that synchronicity. Pretty cool. So keep studying if that's what you're doing, or watching these videos or checking out other videos. Go to 13moon.com, lawoftime.org. Download the calendar. I have it on my phone. It's just fun to look at. And also too, keeping in mind that looking at these solar seals and just interacting with the energy of the calendar in any way, it unlocks genetic codes and connections and remembrances that we have to this ancient wisdom. So, all right, that's it for now.